Hi guys, I wasn't sure if I'm going to do this video or not, because of what it involved. I was probably going to leave it until we left this place, but fuck it. Not been a great past 5 weeks, and today was a pretty kick in the teeth. Now, when you change job in here, you have to get, if you're working for another place, you have to get a cancellation letter from then. So, and then once you've done that, basically it's cancelling your work visa for that company. They send it to you. You then give it to your new company, and then you put in for a new work permit. And that's how it's supposed to work, nice and easy. But I don't know why she did it. My horrible ex-bitch of a boss. Now, I've worked with this woman for 5 years now. You know, the first school, I've always worked for her, Kathy Subject. First year I turned up here in 2016. I worked at her second school, which was a new school, and then that didn't work out because, most frankly, the place that put it in was stupid and nobody knew who it was, so it collapsed. And I then went to work for the main school, which up until December of last year, I've been working up until that point because the first school closed back in 2017, and since then I've been working there ever since, until December of last year, when the school finally closed for good. And then we went on to online classes, and up until 5 weeks ago I was still working for it online, but I'd also got a new job at a kindergarten. Now, I'd asked her several times, like last year my visa was running out in September, so a month before that I'd asked her, could she transfer I want to go to a new job, can you transfer my visa? And she said no, she still needs me. At this point the school had not reopened because it had been closed since the virus had come out, and we hadn't been open for about 6 months. And I was the only, apart from one other who was working at her other school, I was the only foreign teacher at that main school. All the rest had fucked off home, gone back to their own countries. Of course, then they were stuck there. So I said, okay, fine, whatever. She said, if I stay with her, she'll help me when it's time and she doesn't need me anymore. She'll release me and help me. So, whatever. I stuck with her loyalty and all that. Not the stupid thing. And anyway, a year later, pretty much, I get my 30 days reminder from the exit and entry place, and it was actually, I think I had about 42 days left. So I said, right, and it was the end of my contract, because I'd originally signed a 2-year contract, so that was the end of that. And I said, right, can you now transfer my visa to the new workplace? And she said, I've already cancelled it. And I said, already cancelled it? She said, yeah. Turns out, no, excuse was, I remember you asking me to do that. I said, no, I asked you back in July, August time to do it, and you said you still needed me to stay on. And I said to you, that means you have to pay for my visa to be done. She said, yes, that's okay. So I find out a bit later that it turns out, literally 1 month after renewing my visa, she cancelled it. And bear in mind, I was still working at a school. She cancelled it the month it started. pretty much, but didn't tell me, which didn't tell me until now. I don't know why she did it. The only thing I can think of, the beginning of last year when all the shit was hitting the fan, and she said that when the school does reopen, obviously they're going to have to drop the wages even more, but don't worry, you can go and work at kindergarten as well. So she wanted all of us to work at her school for a lot less money and work at kindergarten as well. So pretty much 7 days a week, and two of those, a couple of those days a week where I'd be working all day at kindergarten, then go to hers and finish at the training school at like 8 o'clock at night or something like that. But by the time I got home, bear in mind I'd be leaving the house at 6 in the morning. By the time I got home, it'd have been about 10 o'clock, 7 days a week. So I refused to do that. That was the only thing I refused to do. I did everything else, but she didn't make any money at me on that one. Where everybody else, she makes money, and she was also paying a lot less than where normally you can earn anywhere between 20 to 30 grand or even more now in kindergarten. She was only going to pay 14 on top of that. And I thought, there is no way I'm going to do that. I'm doing my own thing. That's the only thing I can think it is. But I stayed loyal to her, and unfortunately it's caused massive problems now, because my cancellation letter is a year old. It means that I have to have certain things off her, certain letters off her confirming this and that, letters confirming that I'd been there working for more than 2 years. The problem is, the letter she was giving me says I finished work at the same time she cancelled my visa, which is not true, and she refused to change it. And I said, do you know I have evidence to prove the opposite to that? And anyway, I put the visa in to get a 30-day extension because of the situation. My new boss was trying to get it all working all together. Of course, it was taking a long time to get the letters from my ex-boss. It just ran out of time. There was no time for us to do it. So I went in, 30-day extension. You have to wait a week before you get the visa back. But the woman she couldn't believe, she was confused of what had happened, why this was happening, why my boss had done it. So she did warn me, because the cancellation letter is on the 10th month, even though it's last year, it's the 10th month and I've gone there on the 9th month. I may get the shorter version first, but I will be able to apply for the longer version. So a couple of days later, this was on, what day was this on? I think Friday? Yeah, Friday. And Monday, my ex-boss texted me saying, oh, you're going to get 15 days. I said, how do you know? So they contacted me, asking me about how long you worked there and that. Obviously, she must have said something or lied, because I picked up my visa today and found I've only got 9 days. That's that really caught me unaware. I ended up not being able to go to work. The minister was in the morning, and I just couldn't believe it. But luckily my new boss is well up helping me. She's going to give me a letter and that. I've got to go back on Monday, because it runs out on Tuesday. So I have evidence. It's not like I don't have evidence, but it just means I'm now going to have to do a lot of it's on video evidence, but it's going to be a lot of evidence. I'm just going to have to copy. If it means I have to give them 50 pages, then fair enough. But luckily I do have that evidence. And she's going to give me a letter on that, and they've already put me in for the new visa, and hopefully I'll find out tomorrow if what they've put in is okay. But yeah, it hasn't been good. Been a lot of worry. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I was always told, don't trust the Chinese people, because this shit happens. 5 years on, seems like they've been proven right. Anyway, hopefully the next time I'm on here will be a more happier situation. But I thought, fuck it, I'll let everybody know. Look after yourself, yeah?